and gentlemen, welcome to ACW Alliance Championship Wrestling. Hello everyone, I'm your commentator MJ. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a Tornado Tag Team Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match scheduled for one fall, and it's for the ACW Tag Team Championships. Introducing first the challengers at a combined weight 450 pounds, Boston Connor and Ty Smith, the Toxic Table. Well, we got it right. Boston Connor and Ty Smith. And I gotta say that the last name is hard to pronounce, but luckily, thank goodness, we got the first name right. Well, it's a testament to Toxic Table tonight, knowing this is their first ever Tag Team Championship opportunity. Well, Ty Smith and Boston Connor had an amazing in-ring debut last Sunday night in Louisville, Kentucky. But you gotta imagine of what is to come. And speaking in Louisville, we were told that some of the ACW talents, one of them in particular, may get a title opportunity against the Beybladers. But we don't know who it is. Well, the Bladers. Sorry about that, folks. They're pronounced Bladers for short. As we wait for the arrival of this team, the Brothers, and accompanied by Kevin Von Erich. At a combined weight 440 pounds. They are the ACW Tag Team Champions, the team of Marshall and Ross, the Von Erichs. Well, the Brothers, in this predicament in their first ever title defense after winning those titles late last month, and you gotta imagine what this is going to be like. Well, Boston Connor got the win over Marshall late last week on Wednesday on ACW and earned this tag team title opportunity for Toxic Table tonight. Well, bottom line is, after that amazing performance in one-on-one action in their Tornado Tag Team match action against the Headbangers, it was a great match to see that, but however, the Headbangers got off with a big win. But it begs the question, can Toxic Table win this Tornado Tag Team TLC match, or will we see the champions walk out victorious? Well, as I was pointing out earlier, any ACW talent will be given an opportunity to compete this Friday night in Louisville, Kentucky against all of the Bladers. And no doubt about it, we already know that things are going to intensify for the Summer July Rumble, as some of our guys from ACW, one of them in particular, is going to be in the Summer July Rumble. Yeah, but we don't know who it is, but we're going to find out coming up this Friday night in Louisville. Well, it's already a big night thus far here in ACW Alliance Championship Wrestling as we kick it off with the tag team titles on the line. Well, coming up later on in our women's division, we already know that Beth and Lindsay will team up in Tornado Tag Team, most precisely in Tornado 2-on-1 handicap action against Heather, who brought herself into this position to begin with. Well, can you blame her? And a springboard crossbody did the damage. Well, Marshall and Ross are in trouble, knowing the tag team titles are on the line here in this Tornado Tag Team TLC matchup. Well, it's tables, ladders, and chairs. Anything is legal. And Kevin, in the meantime, is supporting his sons. No doubt about it, supporting both of his sons, Marshall and Ross. And it looks like Ross brought in a ladder. Don't forget, it's legal. And oh my goodness, Marshall flew over the top rope. Well, Boston Connor goes for a cover. New champions, no, gets a 1 count. And oh my goodness, Boston Connor flew over the top rope. Yeah, but with a cover on the outside, no less, but the referee was focused on the submission in the ring. Remember, pinfall submissions count anywhere in this environment, knowing it's tables, ladders, and chairs. Knowing that Darian Butler is in the building tonight. Post Malone was in the ring, had a lot to say, but then Darian Butler was in the back, letting Post Malone know if they want to settle it, he'll face him next month. Oh, listen to the fans. They want tables. Cover the match, new champions? No. Time went for a cover and they let go. I thought for sure we had new ACW Tag Team Champions, but Kevin Von Erich just came into the ring. Oh, I know it. I know as a father, he's trying to help out his sons. But there's nothing the referee can do about it because there's no disqualifications. As Kevin Von Erich just took off the top turnbuckle pad out of desperation for his boys. Well, from the looks of it, his sons trying to give it their all. This is their first ever tag team title defense together. Ross and Marshall putting their tag titles on the line. And a chair shot on the outside to the damage. Cover the match. Champions successfully retain. Well, for the Toxic Table, they'd better luck next time. Here are your winners, and still ACW Tag Team Champions, the team of Marshall and Ross, the Von Erichs. Well, Kevin Von Erich's sons victorious tonight. What an amazing matchup this was. And yet, though, folks, we're not even through yet. Coming up next, Post Malone is scheduled to fight here tonight because it was until Darian Butler just announced that he has to take on a mystery superstar from the side of Pat McAfee's friends. Well, whoever it is, good luck, because that matchup is huge, and it's live, and it's next. Well, we're back live here, and here comes Post Malone, who is irate after a loss that he had last Sunday night in Louisville. Well, can you blame him? The war between Darian Butler and Post Malone are far from over. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 190 pounds, Post Malone. Post Malone weighing in at 190 pounds. You gotta give the devil his due. This young man is an amazing athlete and a major rock and roll superstar. Well, bottom line is it's all on the line here tonight for Post Malone. We still have no idea who he's facing. Well, we're gonna find out right here and now, because knowing Darian Butler has the night off that he put in his contract. And Darian Butler wanting no part of Post Malone whatsoever. Because, folks, coming up later on our third matchup, Darwin is in the building tonight, and he is scheduled for one-on-one action. And wait a minute, who's that? I don't know, but... And his opponent, from Ohio, weighing in at 242 pounds, AJ Hawk! AJ Hawk making his ACW in-ring debut, another friend of Pat McAfee. Well, speaking of Pat McAfee, after his amazing performance last week on Wednesday, caught myself there for a moment. It wasn't last month, it was last week on Wednesday. Yeah, he pulled off an amazing performance against Craig Murdoch. Darwin saw a lot of amazing high-flying arsenal from Pat McAfee. He laid down the challenge earlier tonight. More likely, he went straight to the founder of ACW's office, Shadow Fiend, and wanted this matchup. Well, he's getting it, and no doubt about it, that's going to be a big-time match. Darwin versus Pat McAfee up next. And coincidentally enough, it's going to be a war zone. Yeah, no doubt about it. AJ Hawk slamming Post Malone down, and this TLC match, I got to admit, has already gotten big thus far. Well, bottom line is, this is a matchup, this is a war where there will be casualties that I don't think any of us have ever seen coming. Well, Darian Butler made the matchup personally because it looks like he invoked his vacation clause in his contract. And I'm even shocked that AJ Hawk is here tonight. Well, what a debut we're seeing thus far, and oh my goodness! A frog splash right off the top rope. That was unbelievable. And now AJ looking for a running knee lift, but it looked like Post was not letting that one happen. Missed the contact, and oh, wait a minute. What was that? I don't know. It looked like AJ was going for another power slam or launching him like a human javelin. Oh my goodness! Post Malone with an amazing high-flying arsenal we've never seen before. and we're seeing it live tonight. But yet, though, Heather's got a lot of transaction coming up later on for her punishment in that Tornado tag team. Well, in that Tornado 2-on-1 handicap match, because we're being told that matchup is scheduled under no disqualifications, no countouts, anything goes, no holds barred fashion. Well, bottom line is, Heather brought this upon herself after taking out Beth last week on a Wednesday on ACW, but that was a war zone between the two, and it's far from over. You think? It looks like this rivalry has really intensified for Beth, and she ain't leaving ACW until she gets a win on Heather. Well, can you blame her? Former ACW Women's World Tag Team Champions already have got to be irate because Heather was laughing at them in the back. Beth and Heather were going at it until Lindsay was holding her back. And then the founder of ACW, Shadow Fiend, made the matchup personally under no holds barred in this Tornado tag team, in this Tornado 2-on-1 handicap matchup. Well, it's legal. Anything goes, but who knows what could happen when that happens later on. Well, bottom line is Darwin's in the building, ready for a big match against Pat McAfee. Covered by Post Malone, gets a 2 count. Yeah, well, AJ Hawk is fighting for everything he's got, while Post Malone not going to take that embarrassment lying down from Darian Butler after last Sunday night was considered in Louisville. Well, can you blame him? And look at Post Malone with his own version of the figure 4 leg lock. Well, what a submission hold locked in by Post Malone. And right now, though, AJ back on his feet. And a power slam. Paying homage to Road Warrior Animal on that one. Just what an amazing power slam. And now AJ back suplex right off the ropes. My goodness. Things really intensified enough here, as earlier tonight, the new ACW Women's World Tag Team Champions, Luna Loud and Sam, are out here celebrating with a rock and roll party. It was rudely interrupted, and my goodness, AJ is going up top. What's he gonna do? I don't know. Oh my goodness! What a maneuver off the top rope! Cover, is that it? 2! And AJ Hawk picks up the win. Yeah, but what a match! And what a flight! Here's your winner, AJ Hawk! AJ Hawk winning his debut match, and Post Malone again embarrassed at the hands of Darian Butler. But what's going to happen when Darian Butler returns to the ring next month when Post Malone and him meet in hardcore action? Well, we'll find out sooner or later. But folks, coming up next, Darwin in one-on-one action against Pat McAfee in the biggest match of his career, and it's live, and it's next. And we are back live here. And here comes Darwin after an amazing performance late last week on ACW. Yeah, no doubt about it. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from another world, weighing in at 228 pounds, Darwin! Darwin weighing in at 228 pounds. This has truly become an amazing matchup tonight. Yeah, well, bottom line is Pat McAfee, I gotta admit, he's never been in an environment like ACW before, but you gotta admit, Pat McAfee is an amazing athlete. Well, not only that, but one of the greatest commentators in the history of this business, and there's no doubt about it. Pat McAfee is an amazing commentator and also an amazing athlete. Well, you gotta give him that. Pat McAfee pulled off an amazing performance late last week during his in-ring debut against Craig Murdoch. But what's going to happen here when he collides with Darwin? And here he comes. Here comes Pat. And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 233 pounds, Pat McAfee. Well, for Pat McAfee, let's go! Something tells me who knows what's going to happen here in this amazing matchup. Well, Darwin went to the founder of ACW, Shadow Fiend's office, and demanded this match after seeing an amazing performance last week. Well, from Shadow Fiend's point of view, he saw two amazing performances from the two greats, and he wants it to happen right here and now. Well, bottom line is it's happening. And speaking of greats, folks, earlier tonight when Noah Anderson came out here with his personalized bodyguard, Ken Shamrock, it was announced that later on in our main event, after King's performance inside the Rage in a Cage with Yuma Tsukumo, that the title will be defended not just against Yuma once again, but also against Deku. Well, Deku pulled off an amazing performance last Sunday. It looks like Noah Anderson is giving these fans exactly what they want to see. Triple threat elimination rules for the title will happen later on, but we got a transaction right here in this match. Here we go. 228 pounds versus 235 pounds. This is truly a David versus Goliath story right here. Yeah, well, this is a testament to Darwin after seeing an amazing performance from Pat McAfee last week on Wednesday. And I gotta admit, this is turning into an amazing matchup. And, whoa! Springboard Tornado DDT, catching Pat McAfee off guard. And Darwin with a clothesline. And right now, though, Darwin has got Pat McAfee by the knees. Oh, my goodness. And Darwin just hammering away on Pat on the outside. And my goodness, paying homage to Karrion Kross with that Doomsday Saito suplex. Well, Karrion Kross was placed in the casket months ago back in April at the hands of Jimmy Uso. We still don't know where Kross is, but Lordy knows when he'll be back coming up in TNW's record book. So we're going to find out sooner or later, but for right now, we got to focus on this match as Darwin is taking punishment on the outside as Pat McAfee is beating the heck out of this young man. Yeah, well, Darwin making his ACW in-ring debut over a month ago against King, lost his match, but from the looks of it, Darwin is redeeming himself after that loss. But right now it's a testament to Darwin and Pat McAfee after they suffered both losses at the hands of King and Craig Marduk, but nobody knows what to expect here. Yeah, well, don't forget, King is scheduled to defend his title later on in our main event against both Deku and Yuma Tsukumo. Yeah, well, Deku wanted a shot at the title. Well, he's going to get it later on. Well, Yuma wanted a rematch for the title, but it all started like they both went to Shadow Fiend's office and they wanted this title match, but Shadow Fiend, the founder of ACW, made it a triple threat elimination match, and it looks like Noah Anderson announced it as well. Both men have the same idea, and it looks like this is going to be an amazing matchup later on in our main event. Well, if I were King, he better be careful, because if he gets pinned or submitted, then the challengers have an opportunity. And oh my goodness! Pat McAfee flew with a crossbody right off that top rope. Yeah, well, Pat wants to redeem himself after the loss he had last week against Craig Marduk in our main event. But for right now, this is turning into an amazing match that we're seeing live tonight. Yeah, well, AJ Hawk had an amazing in-ring debut here in ACW. And uh-oh, Darwin back to his feet, and I think he's had enough. Well, Darian Butler is laughing his socks off back at home, because it looks like Post Malone is not through with him yet. Well, who knows what could happen next month when they collide in a hardcore matchup. Well, it will take place next month. We're being told that our next ACW Divide and Conquer will take place in the Windy City of Chicago. You know that about a scoop slam by Pat McAfee. Cover of the match. Is that it? No. Gets a 1 count, says our senior official. Well, good thing it ain't Tony Mama Luke, knowing I made that joke on numerous occasions here in ACW, along with TNW and the HWF. And oh my goodness, cover 2! No! Oh, Pat was close. And listen to this crowd in the ACW arena in Phoenix, Arizona. The Fight Forever chant's beginning. They want this match to keep on going, it looks like. And Pat got caught into a knee lift right in the gut. And now Darwin is coming back here in this match. And oh man, taking something out of Pentagon Jr.'s playbook. He's got Pat by his arm. But instead went for a knee drop. I think he was lying in wait for Pat McAfee to react to that. Cover. No. And there's a kick to the face by Darwin, who goes for another cover. Is that it? No. Again, gets a kick out. Gets a 1 count. Well, Darwin may not like the officiating right there, but that was a right call. I swear to you, Pat McAfee is kicking out. And oh, Darwin gonna fly. Look out! Suicide dive! My goodness! What a flight! And Darwin is already decimating Pat McAfee in the early goings of what's on the line here. But you know what this is, folks? You know what this is? This is pride. This is guts. And these two are pulling it off tonight. You know that bad? This is turning into an amazing matchup here tonight. Pat McAfee and Darwin back in the ring, and Darwin caught Pat from behind. Look out! The human surfboard stomped right in the back of Pat McAfee's head. Cover. Is that it? And Darwin with another win tonight. He lost 1 match, but won 2 of them. What an amazing match this was. Here is your winner, Darwin! Well, Darwin with an amazing win here tonight. But my God, what a match! Yeah, this was an amazing matchup here, folks. Stick around. Coming up next, the 2-on-1 tornado handicap match. No disqualifications, no countouts, where everything is legal. Heather takes on Beth and Lindsay. Well, Beth is hoping to get a win this time, because if she does, then they're out of ACW. But however, if she loses, then they're remaining here on ACW. We just don't know what to expect tonight. Well, we're going to find out. Coming to you live and next. And we're back live for this 2-on-1 tornado handicap match. And here comes Heather. It looks like this is her walk to the gallows once again. Well, she brought this upon herself after all the disrespect she's done to Beth and Lindsay years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a 2-on-1 handicap match scheduled for 1 fall. Making her way to the ring from Vancouver, British Beach, Columbia, Heather! Well, Heather hailing all the way from Vancouver, British Beach, Columbia, and Heather is on her own. The self-proclaimed Queen Bee with already a win under her belt. Well, she's already taken out Beth and a former ACW Women's World Tag Team Champions alongside Tiffany Stratton, who I gotta admit was already an amazing champion in ACW history books. Well, after a team up with both Eve Torres and Gwen, it looks like Tiffany Stratton has found a new path in HWF. Well, it begs the question though, what's next for Heather if she tries somehow to manage to defeat Beth tonight? Well, we're gonna find out right here and now, knowing Beth already gonna give it her all here, and here she comes. And bringing out Old Glory. And her opponents from Vancouver, British Beach, Columbia, Beth. Well, Beth making her presence well known tonight and bringing out Old Glory. Well, she's going into this match for a reason, to teach Heather a valuable lesson after the disrespect she's already left Beth and Lindsay years ago back on the island. Well, can you blame her? This is a war zone where I think there will be casualties, but luckily this is not a false count anywhere in this no-holds-barred tornado 2-on-1 handicap match. This is already a war zone that we're going to be witnessing live tonight as we wait for the arrival of this young lady, Lindsay. And from another world, Lindsay! Lindsay actually hails all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But Lindsay tonight, I gotta admit, this young lady is an amazing athlete. Well, after their amazing tag team title defense, well, can you imagine what this is going to be like tonight? And Lindsay's showing off. Because don't forget, Lindsay was a former member of Heather's Alliance back on the island years ago when Beth was the other member. But however, that all started during the deer hunting paintball game. It all started where Heather demanded a bag of barbecue potato chips, and Beth snuck into the kitchen to get what she wanted. But however, that got her kicked out of the island ever since. Well, Heather started hitting everyone with the paintball gun. But Lindsay, on the other hand, knows what it's all about. I don't know why she stuck with Heather during that time, but from the looks of it, Heather has already taken her time to try to disrespect these two once again. Yeah, well, Beth, on the other hand, along with Lindsay, giving it their all tonight of what's on the line. There are opportunities to get them either TNW contracts or HWF contracts. Well, we're going to find out who's going to get their contract first. Well, Beth, in the meantime, is an amazing young lady. You cannot deny her athletic ability. She is a battle, along with Lindsay. And all double team, but a bidding of the mimes, knocker by Heather. Well, she knew that was coming. Well, she knows the two all too well, ever since her time on the island. And a knee lift off the corner, catching Beth right in the face. And the ultimate disrespect, but Lindsay coming to the rescue. Lindsay with a wheelbarrow takedown, sending Heather face first off the canvas. Well, Beth is out on the floor right in front of me. What's going on? Wait a minute. Oh, Beth brought in a hockey stick. It's legal. No disqualifications. It hitting Heather right in the back. Trying to go for another shot for good measure, but Heather saw the hockey stick coming. But Lindsay saving Beth again that time. And an arm wrench kick, and Beth is telling her, come on, is that all you got? I'm right here. Already, oh, wait a minute, Heather sending Beth out to the floor for something. And Lindsay in the ring has got the hockey stick, but saving Beth once again. Oh, look out! Beth in trouble. Well, lately, Heather in trouble. And already coming back in this fight as Lindsay is down and out like a light. But Beth feeling a little confident being in there, and rightfully so. Wait a minute. We got new better. Beth is mocking Heather, the queen bee. Oh, man. Getting right inside Heather's head, and Heather is unaware of it. Now, wait a minute. What's this now? The knockdown is knocking both Beth and Lindsay off their feet. And a forearm shot for Beth for good measure from Heather. Well, Heather's already coming back here, but Beth is back in the ring playing monumental mind games with the former one-half owners of the ACW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Well, how about that message that fired up Lindsay in the early goings, along with Heather, while Beth, on the other hand, is trying to give it her all to get some retribution. After all that time, Heather disrespected her. And wait, whoa. There was a hammerlock. There was a headlock into a fist right in the face. Cover, is that it? But whoa. Heather kicked out at one to avoid any more embarrassment at the hands of these two, while Lindsay sends her off into the ropes. Big back body drop, taking Heather down. Referee there to make the count. Is that it? And another 1 count by the senior official. Wait a minute, Beth turns her around for something, but what's she gonna do? I don't know. Heather kicking her off. Springboard drop kick right to the face. And Lindsay is in trouble, along with Beth, but Beth saving her partner and friend. Beth was laughing at her. And the knee lift, catching Beth in the face, the same knee lift that took her out last month. Yeah, well, Lindsay not gonna let that happen that time, helping out her best friend and partner. Yeah, but what's gonna happen now? I don't know. And Beth with a garbage can. Lindsay up top. Heather back to her feet. And Beth wants some retribution. Well, don't forget the last time Heather had that garbage can, she threw it right at Beth's face, and now Lindsay has got the garbage can. Lindsay dropped it, but I don't think that was a smart move. Nailing the spinning heel kick, but Lindsay's back on her feet. And Heather was unaware of that one. Oh, now she knows. And oh no. Oh man, Lindsay right now coming back, slamming Heather's hair. Cover, is that it? No. Well, that was close. That was close, and oh! Beth with a clothesline off the corner. And a big stomp for good measure. Oh, you talk about payback. And Beth, oh my goodness! Beth with a suicide dive, connected, taking Heather down. And oh man, what's Lindsay gonna do? I don't know. Super kick, but Heather caught the boot. And what was that? I don't know, but that was an amazing knee lift. Rollover facebuster on Lindsay. But pinfall submissions don't count. On the outside, though, Miss Heather, you got to pin your opponent in the ring. Oh, Heather laughing, but got caught with a hockey stick for good measure. And she broke the hockey stick right off her back. Wait a minute, Beth now with a chair. Big boot to the gut. And all kick to the gut. Has got her up in a powerbomb position. And Beth, oh my goodness. Oh my God. A powerbomb off the barricade. Man, what a moment. And Beth with a kick to the gut. And Heather now coming back. That European uppercut did the damage. And Heather letting them know that it's over. But Beth got right in her face, letting her know it's not over yet. You didn't pin me or Lindsay yet. Well, it's not going to end that way as far as I do know. But whatever happens, who knows what could happen knowing Heather's out on the floor while Beth is looking for another weapon. Oh, she's got a stop sign. We saw that last month. And Heather saw the stop sign coming. And Lindsay saving Beth that time. And oh my God! A powerbomb spike first off the stop sign and into a knee lift combination. But Heather has got Lindsay. Trying to bring her back to the ring, it looked like. And Heather saving herself. And more likely Lindsay saving herself from Heather. And oh man! Ah! Suicide dive from Beth. Heather didn't see that one coming. Yeah, but Lindsay got out of harm's way, thank goodness for that. It's all on the line here. But how much more can Heather hang on? I don't know, but... oh my... I better remain impartial here, folks. I'm already having myself a little gluten-free pepperoni pizza tonight, as this edition of Alliance Championship Wrestling, ACW, is brought to you in part by Water Street Pizzeria. If you're ever in Las Vegas, Nevada, or downtown Henderson, check out Water Street Pizzeria and try the gluten-free pizza, as Colt 412 promises, satisfaction guaranteed. And by Gordy Gameplay Reacts, Spider-Man Reacts. For more great wrestling content, superhero content like Star Wars, Redeem of the Force, Chapter 5th, coming soon, and of course GWE Wrestling returning soon, check out Gordy Gameplay Reacts, Spider-Man Reacts. Yeah, well, it comes down to this. Heather right now playing mind games with Beth and Lindsay. Lindsay right now had a garbage can in her hand and the way going. It was legal. And Beth, sending Heather, got first right off the steel steps. Heather may be out like a light, but she's taking tremendous damage. And she's taking so much damage and so much punishment. I don't even know how much gas these three have left in their tanks, but this is a war zone between the three. And Lindsay getting a little confident. And oh man, there's someone, oh my goodness. My apologies there, folks. I gotta remain impartial. Sorry about that, folks. And right now, though, nevertheless, Lindsay going after Heather, but Heather with a fist right in the face on Lindsay, and any of these two got Heather back in the ring. Thus far, though, Heather's been on the outside nearly going, and so has Beth at this point. Well, right now, though, right back to where it started all last month. But Beth sending Heather right to the corner. Big drop kick off the corner. And now Lindsay's got a kendo stick. The Singapore cane of the Sandman. Whoa! And slamming the garbage can right on Heather's leg. Oh, they're both looking for the end here. But that has got to be the end of it. Cover, is that it? 2. And Heather and both Lindsay and Beth win. Oh, you talk about payback. Here are your winners. The team of Beth and Lindsay. What an amazing matchup this was. And Beth is heading to TNW or the HWF along with Lindsay. But we don't know where they're going, but we're going to find out sooner or later. Right now, though, folks, we're not through yet. Up next, the main event tonight. Triple threat elimination rules for the ACW World Heavyweight title. Deku, Yuma Tsukumo, and the Champion King go at it for the World Heavyweight title. Who's going to be the World Champion? Can King survive, or will we have a new World Champion? Find out. Coming to you live and next. We're back live for our main event. And here comes Yuma Tsukumo for this opportunity. This on the following contest is a triple threat elimination match. And it's for the ACW World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challengers. First, from Yuma, Japan, weighing in at 116 pounds, Yuma Tsukumo. Yuma hailing all the way from Yuma, Osaka, Japan. And Yuma Tsukumo going to give it his all tonight with the championship on the line. Well, it was last Sunday night. King gave it his all inside the Rage in a Cage along with Yuma. But Yuma got knocked out at the hands of King. We praise and hope that won't happen again. Along with this young individual, Deku. And introducing the challenger. From Hiroshima, Japan, weighing in at 218 pounds, Deku! Deku hailing all the way from Hiroshima, Japan. And this young man is an amazing athlete. There's no denying that. And these two young guns want to give it their all to be the Alliance Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Short for ACW. That's why we call this Alliance Championship Wrestling, ACW for short. Yeah, no doubt about it. And in the weeks leading into the big-time moment, more likely last week leading into the big-time moment between Yuma and King, but Deku has had another title opportunity but lost to Jinga in an ultimate dream match that I thought we'd never see in an ACW ring. Yeah, well, bottom line is it's all on the line here tonight, as Deku makes his presence well known tonight in this triple threat elimination match, knowing it's our main event of the evening. Well, Deku receiving a huge ovation tonight here in the ACW Arena in Phoenix, Arizona live. Yeah, well, this is our main event, and Deku hoping to walk out of this arena the new champion. Well, Yuma's hoping for that same thing. Who has an amazing track record. And you got to admit, this is going to be an amazing matchup tonight. You know that bad as we wait for the arrival of this man, the ACW World Heavyweight Champion. My goodness. And introducing the champion from Tijuana, Mexico, weighing in at 241 pounds, he is the ACW World Heavyweight Champion, King! Well, King receiving a big ovation a little bit, but the fans of the ACW Arena showing no love lost tonight to the champion. Well, can you blame them? They're not even happy for what happened. And the bottom line is, it's all on the line for the ACW World Heavyweight title. And no doubt about it, who knows what could happen when it comes down to either both challengers or the champion and challenger. And no doubt about it here, who knows what could happen. And no doubt about it, it's on the line for two of the greats. And right now, though, it looks like we've embarked on a new journey here in ACW, Alliance Championship Wrestling, along with TNW and the HWF, as we take it to another level with all the great hardcore matches and all the greatest matches we've ever seen. But we've never seen anything like this until tonight. Yeah, well, King holding up that title, letting the fans know of what's on the line, including the referee, along with both challengers, letting them know, you want my titles, kids? Come and get them. Well, they're both young guns. You got to give them that. Well, King has been around for a long time now. He's been around ACW's record books for almost a year. He's been around for months. But it looks like he's showing the young guns how it's done here in ACW. But it only comes down to this. One winner. And only one man is walking out with the title in this triple threat elimination match. Here we go. And it looks like we're starting things off with Yuma and King like they did before last Sunday. And well, here we go now. King and Yuma going at it. And Yuma with an amazing suplex right off the corner on the champion. Well, it's once again David versus Goliath, but it's two Davids against one Goliath here. And now Deku and Yuma are going at it like they did before. And there's a knockdown. King with a big boot took advantage. Yeah, but King is going to give it his all here tonight of what's on the line, knowing his prize is on the line here tonight. And right now, though, King and Yuma went at it earlier in the early goings, but it looks like Deku is taking advantage. Big lift-up clothesline right in the face of the mask of King, coming all the way from Tijuana, Mexico. And don't forget how the mask symbolizes in Mexico in the world of Lucha Libre. Yeah, well, no doubt about it. It has a lot of symbolizing. And that mask symbolizes the honor of Lucha Libre, and most of all, the honoring of one of the greatest wrestling legends of all time. Well, bottom line is, the mask is sacred, and no doubt about it, and an alter ego of a superhero, nevertheless. Well, bottom line is, Deku had a garbage can in the early goings. King saw it coming. And Deku got hit with a DDT, but King is taking advantage of these two young guns, knowing they're both challengers for the championship. Yeah, well, King pushing Yuma off, catching him into that big boot in the early goings. And I think Deku and Yuma are trying to prove to King that size doesn't matter when you're in a big matchup like this for the title. Yeah, well, both of them have been going at it with the champion. Just think about this. If one of them eliminates the champion, then it could come down to both challengers. And Deku right now got caught by King into a Tiger Bomb right there. Wait a minute. Look at this. Yuma and King working together. They work together for a moment there, because don't forget, it's every man for himself in this match. Teamwork can count anywhere you want, but however, it's every man for himself. And it only comes down to one winner in this matchup. Well, bottom line is, it's a war, and it's for the title. And Yuma trying to hit King with that garbage can. King moved out of the way and kicked the garbage can right off of Yuma's hands and launching him into the garbage can. But Deku from behind. And Yuma with a knockdown on Deku. That one's got to be it. Cover. 2. No. And a leg drop around the back of Yuma's head. King taking advantage. Oh, looking for the suplex. That's a high-end vertical suplex on Yuma. Trying to prove his strength. Just look at the power of King. Look at his strength. Knocking him down. But Deku back in the ring. And inverted DDT on the champion. While Yuma has got he had the garbage can nearly going, but Deku took advantage. And he hit Yuma in the back of the head with that garbage can. And taking the champion down. Well, Yuma's in trouble. But actually, it's Deku who got launched spine first off the corner. And got caught into a drop kick and a big-time slam, flying forearm on the champion. Yeah, but what's Deku gonna do now? I don't know. Deku right now, big forearm shot off the corner. And a big stomp. And now Deku stomping a mud hole in King and walking it dry. He's got the stop sign, hitting Deku right in the back of his head. Through the stop sign, but missed the target. And oh, what a backbreaker on Deku. Cover, is that it? Is Deku being eliminated here? Deku's eliminated. And Deku has been eliminated. Well, the match is still going on, but Yuma showing a lot of heart and soul in that ring of what's on the line. Springboard cutter on King. Oh, that was payback from last Sunday. And now the young man is showing King that it's his time. And what's Yuma thinking here? If you're ever gonna do it, Yuma, it's time to do it right now. Yeah, but what's Yuma thinking now? Knowing there are no rules in this triple threat elimination match. And he's got a steel chair. Steel chair shot, but King moved out of the way. But King caught him. And a sit-out powerbomb. Cover, is that it? 2! No! How did Yuma kick out of that? I don't know. How? It's all about the heart, the desire, your soul. And Yuma's got a lot of it. Putting it all on the line to try to be the champion. Well, can he do it? Yuma picking him up right now. But King caught him again. Looking for another high-end vertical suplex. And oh no, there's a chair right there. And oh my God! Spine first off the steel chair. Yuma in trouble. Fisherman's brainbuster. What's the kid gonna do? He's in trouble. I don't know. Yuma can barely stand. My God, look out! King, big slam. And what's King gonna do now? I don't know. He's got Yuma. Already Yuma in some serious trouble here. What's King doing? I don't know. Springboard bottom rope moonsault. That one's gotta be it. Cover. 2. No. How the heck did Yuma kick out of that? I don't know. This is turning into an amazing matchup here of what's on the line. This is about pride and guts, and Yuma's showing a whole lot of it. But the kid is refusing to stay down. He refuses to lose of what's on the line here. And King nailing the triple trifecta of clotheslines. Trying to do more damage. Uh-oh. Yuma. The inverted backbreaker. Connected. Can he do it? 1, 2. No. King kicked out at 2.5. That was close. I thought that was it. Uh-oh. Yuma now with a guitar. King's got the stop sign and a guitar shot. Right in the face of King. And our main event looking like a... Oh my God! That was freaking insane! What a maneuver from Yuma! Going for a full Nelson slam. But King is just too dang strong. And right now, though, Yuma launching King face first off that post. This is turning into an amazing matchup in our main event thus far. Both these two are showing you why they want to be the champion. None that bad. It's on the line here for the World Heavyweight title. And now King looking for another sit-out powerbomb on the outside. Oh my God. That was brutal. Just my God. King has got Yuma in a submission hold, but Yuma escaped it. King made a big mistake there, pulling off a submission hold on the outside. I don't know how that's going to come back to haunt him. Oh, we're going to find out because Yuma's on the top rope now. He's telling King to get up. What's he going to do? Meteor from the top rope. Standing double stomp. Kick to the face. And now King is down and out like a light. Our main event. And oh my God, Yuma threw the garbage can. Top rope moonsault. And right now, though, King is now in trouble. And, Yuma off the ropes. And wait a minute. With a running, standing moonsault. Cover. 2. No. How on earth is King staying alive? I don't know. Springboard backwards leg drop, catching King in the face. I don't know how he's staying alive in there, but this is turning into an amazing matchup thus far here in ACW in our main event. Yeah, well, bottom line is this is a war zone where there will be casualties, and neither of these two are going to give up. Right now, though, folks, I'm sorry to say this, but we have to take a break. We got to go to break. We'll be right back here, folks. Stay with us, as we will have a winner for this title. We are back live here as King nearly going through a garbage can right at Yuma's face. I'm even shocked that Yuma's still in this matchup along with King, knowing this is still the triple threat elimination match where there has not been a single pin or submission yet between the two. Well, they want to keep going any way they can of what's on the line here. Yuma missed the cutter, but King caught him into a springboard second rope moonsault. Looks like King is showing him how it's done. The young man in trouble. King looking for the sit-out powerbomb. Wait a minute! That was a pedigree! Paying homage to the game Triple H. Cover! 2! And King is still the World Heavyweight Champion. What a match we have witnessed here tonight. Here's your winner. It's still ACW World Heavyweight Champion, King! King walks out with a successful title win, but you gotta imagine what's gonna happen and who's gonna take that title away from King sooner or later. But we don't know for sure in the near future in ACW. We're out of time here from the ACW Arena, Phoenix, Arizona. I've been your commentator, MJ. We'll see you all next time. Good fight. Good night, and thanks for joining us. Oh my God, what a night live in Phoenix, Arizona, here in the ACW Arena in Phoenix, Arizona.